All right, everybody. Welcome to YouTube's second highest rated show about softball at Elverton, the Limelight. Number one, of course, being our video version, Saturday Night Lime. I am riding solo here today. No Jeremy in studio. No Colin on the horn. Just me, the luxurious Lime Green Studios. It's been a little while since we've done one of these because the past couple of games have been brutal. But I wanted to put one down. I haven't talked in a while about the games. Also, I got a little conversation with Janet coming up at the end of the show. Started off as an interview, just derailed into a typical conversation. So we'll get to that a little bit later. Let's talk about last week's game, last Friday. We're playing up on Field 1 against Tie Dye, team that we kind of go back and forth with the past couple of years. And for those that were there, we lived it. We lost by a few runs. Some things happened. Some of them were within our control. Some of them were out of our control. So we'll talk about that. But we probably should have won that game. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, of course. You know, hindsight being 2020. Probably should have won that game. We didn't. It's totally cool. I know. Hey, I want to win too. You know, winning is great. I say it all the time. I think people get the wrong idea of me. I want to win these games too. But the wins and losses in this league do not matter. They don't. We're already in the playoffs. It's just a matter of who you play. And if you recall last season, we won 2 games. We weren't seeded very high, and we knocked off 2 good teams. And so that's just really what it's all about. But I'm not going to explain right now what happened in that little sequence with the umpire, only because I explained it to Janet in our conversation later. I don't want to repeat myself, but it's just funny how things work out. Because I'll tell you this little tidbit here or whatever. The guy who was our umpire, he's been an umpire in this league a long time. He's a great guy. His name is Rick. He's a good friend of mine. And I've known him since I was a kid. He was an umpire when I was a kid. And to give you a little backstory, I don't know if people know this. I mean, some people know the story, but not everybody knows the story. He was umpiring a baseball game that I was playing in when I was younger, like an idiot. I got up late and ate a cold piece of pizza. And got right into the game. I ate the pizza, went up to the park, and played on a Saturday morning. Not a good idea. Wasn't feeling too good, and sorry to gross you out. During my AB, he's cleaning the plate, and I just threw up all over it right there on Field 1. I don't know if he remembers that. I bring it up every once in a while, but that happened. I threw up right in front of him in a game he was umpiring. So, yeah, I've always felt that about that. But anyway, so I was talking to him, as you all know, I was kind of carrying on a conversation with him throughout the game. And he was our umpire, I believe, the game before. And he had made a comment that he brought his little clicker with him because he didn't bring it the week beforehand, and he was losing track of some of the outs. But thankfully, I was actually keeping track of the outs, so it worked out. So he joked, "Oh, I brought my little clicker today, so I don't lose track of anything." Huh. And then the second thing was that was funny to me about that whole situation was we were talking about how some of you guys have letters on your shirts for alternate captain and what they mean, because not everyone's a hockey fan. Not everyone understands why I have 1 C and a couple A's. So I was explaining to him how Bobby is my rules guy, because Bobby knows softball rules pretty well, even if the rules at Elverton are a little wonky or whatever, if you will. Bobby gets the gist of it, and he's in charge of if something doesn't go our way or whatever to bring it up. So it was just funny that I was discussing with him exactly what Bobby's A means on his shirt, because as we know, him and Bobby got into it after the missed call, which again I'll talk about later. Well, explain exactly what happened, because again we have the benefit of video, and I'm not trying to harp on it because believe me, maybe an inning after it happened, I was over it. So I just move on to the next thing, and I'm trying to win the game, trying to do what I can to win the game. So I was already over it, but we do have the benefit of watching video, seeing what we missed or what happened, and I'll explain that later on. So, you know, it happened, and everyone got kind of hot about it. Some more than others, and that's okay. I appreciate the passion. I know that we're trying to win the game. I appreciate that very much, but you know, let's just try to reel it in a little bit. Let's try to win the game instead of being upset about what we can't change. Let's just, and that's what I do, because like Bobby's like, hey man, are you okay? To me a couple innings later, I'm like, yeah man, I'm good. I'm trying to do what I can to win the game. And I know that my first hit was awful. It was bad. I think I hit it off of the handle. I still got on base or whatever, but it was not good. Later on in the game, I was trying to rip balls down the line because I knew we had some people on base trying to score. I think I advanced some runners, and I think someone did score eventually on one of my hits, but that's what you got to do. You know, if something's not going your way, try and change in the game. That's what really matters. That's just how I've always been brought up. That's just what I believe. And it's just so funny because I always joke that I'll cheat to win, and I love to cheat this and cheat that, and I'll cry and complain. But yet, when I'm trying to play this softball game, I always try to like be upstanding or whatever and try to actually win legitimately. So I'm a huge contradiction unto myself. You know, mistakes are always made. It's just co-ed softball. You can't harp too much about it as far as like defensively, because you know the sun was in Janet's eyes, so she missed a few balls, and that's, you know, that's human. The sun sucks, right? Especially right there on field one. Not every throw to first base is going to be perfect from anybody, no matter who you are. I will say, I was excited and determined at one point to just play first base that game. I was glad that I got to play first base in the 7th inning, and they didn't score any. No, sorry. Top of the 7th. That wasn't on anybody. That was just me. I think after 6 or 7 games now, finally just wanting to play first base for a change, even if it was just for one inning. And maybe in the future I'll get in there a little bit more, because we got some games coming up here where I don't think we're going to have a full team until September, what is that, the 16th or something? September, 16th, which is the last game of the year. You know, we have 7 guys on our team, and we have, technically, I think we have 7 women on a roster. If I were to fill out a roster of official people, we keep adding a person here or there. But basically, we're not going to have everyone at one game until that last game. And even then, who knows? You know, you never know what might come up between now and then. So it's going to be a weird and wild August, especially with people going on vacation. Why is everyone going to Myrtle Beach or its surrounding areas? I've been down there before. I mean, I'm sure it's great. Maybe I'm just not a beach person. So, hang on a second here. Sorry about that. I think we all know that the luxurious Lime Green Studios also serves as my place of business, and sometimes I got to help some people out. Anyway, I think I was dogging on Myrtle Beach before the interruption, because I know that Allison is heading down in that general area in a couple weeks. Brent will be gone for a couple weeks. He told me he's not going to Myrtle Beach per se. He's going a couple of minutes away from there, but Myrtle Beach is the easiest thing to say. Banky is going to Columbia, which I believe is, I think, 2 hours away from there. Matt, you can always let me know that I'm wrong. Even my own wife and kids are heading down to that area. we play Friday the 18th. They're heading down the Sunday. And they'll be gone for a few days, so I'll be home alone. Sad face. I hate the beach, so I'm good. But that's what we got coming up in August. Some people missing. We have a game on the 26th, and we have 7 guys on the roster, and 5 of them will be missing that game. I'm trying to I'm looking for options, and I might try to move the game on Friday, but as of right now, Brent and Colin will still not be available for that game, but Jeremy and Bobby should if I move it to Friday. But I don't know if that team is going to want to do that. Also, I already had the umpire lined up for that Saturday, so there's a lot of variables that go into that. I can't just say, "Hey, game's Friday, tough cookies" to the other team, and that's that. So, don't forget that there's no game Labor Day weekend, and that on the 1st, which is Friday, in the evening, we're trying to do our fantasy football draft. Brent is the reigning, defending fantasy football champion, and I have yet to present him his trophy. In fact, I think that at the last draft, I finally got Matt a picture with his trophy. Amy, of course, is the first champion, but she lives with me, so she lives where the trophy's at. She could hang on to the trophy for a year. But I'll get Brent a picture for this trophy soon, and I think we're going to add some new teams. Amy's still deciding on whether or not she wants to manage a team again because she's very busy as of late. So I know some people want to join in, I should say. So we'll get that all squared away, and we'll have our draft Friday the 1st. I went to That Cage yesterday. I put that out there on Facebook, and a couple people responded that they were interested in going, but no one showed up but Janet and her husband. I'd really been pulling my leg out of the batter's box when I've been batting, so I just needed to go work on some stuff. So I recognize my mistake, and I worked on it yesterday. So hopefully on Friday it'll pay dividends, because like I said, I was really opening up my stance, and that's why I'm hitting balls in the parking lot. But we're playing on field 6, so there's no parking lot, so I should be good. I should be able to hit the ball down the line there and casually walk to first base, because that's just what I do. We are playing a very tough team on Friday, Navy, the team that I probably know more players on, because I grew up with them, because they help run the park, and they're a tough team. They're a good team. They know they're a good team, and not. Hopefully, we won't have any problems, because that's not the kind of game that we're looking to play here on Friday. It should be a good game, but I know that they're a tough team, and I want to win. Hopefully, we can pull it out here, just minimize the mistakes. We need to get some hits, timely hits with people on base, and we should do okay. Again, we're on field 6. Please don't forget that. I know it sucks walking all the way out there. We've only had a couple of games on field 6. How weird is it that we had a game? We've only had one Saturday game so far, and our next Saturday game is in a few weeks, and it's the game I'm trying to move to a Friday. And it just seemed weird to me. I think that's all I got. I talked about the game. It's not one of these hour-long marathon episodes today, since there's no one here to talk about. I got my piece out there. Well, excuse, not my piece, but I said my piece, I should say, about last game, upcoming game, any little details in between. So why don't we cut it to the little conversation I had with Janet, because you can't call it an interview. It started off with me asking her questions, and like typical Janet and me, just derailed into sideways talk. So without any further ado, here is Janet. All right, we're here at the batting cage with Janet. No.
Oh.
Audio.
Oh, sorry.
So
Should we restart?
No. It's the most unprofessional podcast in the history of podcasts, so who gives a shit? So you're retiring this season, huh?
I am.
Bullshit.
I suck. I'll be a fill-in, like last year.
Yeah. For those.
I'm gonna break my other arm.
For those who don't follow our text, because obviously they're just texts, she said, "I'll fill in next season." I was like, "Great. I need you to fill in 13 games next year." How's your arm holding up?
It hurts, but it's there. I told you I'm just gonna break the other one, so I don't have to play ever again.
Then you'll have like matching scars.
Yeah.
You get like big ass tattoos back there.
Yeah.
Get, like,
I want one. I think it'll be badass.
Yeah.
And then I'll go yell at the umpire. Be even more badass. Jaw jack him.
Yeah. Well, no, jaw jacking was my words.
Oh, what did he say?
I don't remember because
something not nice, probably.
No. He just said that something about you yelling at him or whatever.
Shouldn't have screwed up.
It's human. Oh, well, only Bobby knows this. I know exactly what happened. This is for exclusive to the show. So what happened was he was kind of turned at an angle, like facing that other dugout.
Okay.
And they had said something to him directly that made him laugh. So he started, I guess he closed his eyes and started laughing because it was that funny. And the girl swung, and I guess he just never...
He missed it.
He missed her swinging, never clicked it, and then I guess he just assumed it was a ball.
Oh.
So from there, it was strike one. The strike one in his eyes was hitting the mat, and then strike two was a swing. So it was miss, mat, miss, but he didn't see the first.
But he missed it.
Yeah.
I mean, he owned up to it, so it's legit.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like there was no... We escalated.
Yeah, got a little...
Tensions rise during softball, so...
Well, especially when you shouldn't be losing.
Yeah.
And then he basically handed them that game.
Yeah. I mean, in a league that wins and losses don't really matter, though.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter officially or anything, but when you know you could beat them, especially when they beat our asses every year, they always beat us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, once in a while we'll pull out a win on them, but...
Have we?
Yeah, like there was that one year we're on field 3 and we're walking up. Jeremy and I are walking up, and somebody goes, "Hey, who are we playing today?" And then, "Oh, we're playing Lime Green." "Oh, this is a cakewalk," and we beat the hell out of them.
I don't remember.
That was maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
So
like, who knows if it's the same same team or
yeah. I mean, they have really good girls, so
Yeah.
they have that going for them. But their guys aren't that good. Except they had that token. He was pretty good. And it's a different token now. It's not the same. The other one looked like Booker
right.
T, but now this one's a little skinny one.
Because Jeremy knew the other guy.
Oh, I didn't know Jeremy knew him, but I know he's a different guy.
Yeah, because he yelled at him or whatever. "Hey, man, I'm the only black guy in this league."
Oh, okay. Well,
I think that dude was like Beth's neighbor.
Oh.
Or something like that.
Beth.
Yeah. So... I guess Jeremy ran him out and they went and got another one. So Jeremy...
He got scared of Jeremy.
He'll have to run his ass out too. In case I didn't mention it, we're live at the batting cage if you're wondering what that noise is. Little live podcasting here.
Eric's getting hits.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I got hit alright with a ball. Came back and hit me in the head. I can't do anything without getting hurt.
I wish I would have had that recording. That was awesome.
Of all times, you weren't recording.
The camera's here. It's always in the bag. You never know when you'll need.
Well, I feel like when I'm around, somebody's bound to get hurt, and it's most likely going to be me.
Yeah. We got like 6 games left.
I know. I just realized it today because you said that we wouldn't play in October.
Right.
And I was telling Eric about the possible switch for the 26th.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's almost done here.
Yeah, what do we have? We have this Friday, next Friday, this game in question.
And then we're off.
And then we're off for the holiday. And there's a doubleheader Saturday the 9th of September. And then I think it's a Friday after that. Did it go by too quickly?
No.
Not quick enough.
Not quick enough. I told you that Rihanna meme. That's me.
Yeah, you should really follow our text, people.
Yeah, follow our text.
Yeah, we'll just group text everybody so you can see what the hell we even talk about.
No, I can't have. Brent can't have my phone number.
Brent, I doubt you listen to this anyway.
But I'm for real.
The people that talk on this are the ones that listen to it.
I listen to it on my drive to work, while I'm doing dishes, or while I'm working on reports at work.
Yeah. And I listen to it when I'm putting it on the computer, putting it on TV, or like on the internet or whatever, and I just put it up on my TV and use in the shower. Although she's not in the shower for an hour because some of the shows last an hour.
I was gonna say I take that long in the shower. I'm ridiculous. But sometimes I break my arm in the shower. You never know what's going on in there with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we're about to watch Big Brother or something, Eric gives me a time limit. He's like, "You better be out of the damn shower by 10 of 8."
I just have a serious recording for it now because Amy's never ready.
We try to watch it, but sometimes we DVR. It just depends. Like Wednesday nights because of softball.
Softball is life, right?
Occasional Thursdays, but that's over. Yeah. Thursday nights are the best, though.
Well, but if you started at like 8:20,
you miss the commercials.
Yeah, you can step forward to the commercials. So
that's what we've been doing because on Sundays we watch Power on the Fire Stick before it airs.
You don't have Stars straight up?
No, we have HBO.
But like the cable companies, I don't know, whatever.
But if you have the Stars, like the program or whatever, you can watch it all day. So it's on the Fire Stick early. Okay. But why pay for Stars? We get it on the Fire Stick.
I got Stars for free. I don't know. I've had Stars since I've had the cable. And then
we only have HBO.
They'll randomly throw me a bone and it's like, here.
A free weekend or something?
No. Free HBO for like, I've had HBO since April. Like, I just have it till December. So I have it till the end of the year.
Like, they don't give us nothing for free.
Like, really? I pay my bill, like, late every month. Like, you know, like by a week. But yet, somehow I'm a valued customer.
I'm always on time. They don't throw me a bone ever. They're like, you want Stars? You want HBO? It's going to be an extra $672 a month.
Well, yeah, I get paid weekly or whatever, and I'm the one that handles like electricity, telephone, all that stuff. So I got them all, like, every week I got to pay them, and they all come out the same. Like, for some reason, all my bills are like the first weekend of the month. All of them, all 4 of them that I handle, I got to spread them all out. So they get paid, they just get paid.
Sometimes late, and you're still a valued customer.
Right, I get free HBO and you
They don't give me shit, and I paid early. The only reason we even have HBO is because he wanted to watch Ballers, and he never watched Ballers. He never watched it.
I watched the first season.
So we just have HBO because Suicide Squad comes on all the time.
I told her not to get it, but she got it anyway.
They were running that promotion, 50% off or whatever, so we got it.
Right. Oh, I guess we got to get up. Actual customers come into. Yeah, we're just screwing around. All right, that's a quality 8 minutes of nothingness that you can listen to.
About Verizon.
Back to you in the studio. If you could see my face right now, I am basically just shaking my head at listening to me and Janet talk. That was embarrassing. Started out softball related, somehow got to cable. That's just how it works with us. But it was nice of Janet to finally make her audio Limelight debut. If you've been a fan or a teammate of ours, you may remember that she made the video version 5 years ago when we did the video Q&As. So that was cool, and hopefully we'll get her on for like a longer version, because I know she's actually legitimately, for some reason, a fan of the show. I can't believe the show has fans, but it does. Before I end the program, I want to bring up 2 things. One, I think I said Becky was going to Columbia, and I'm pretty sure it's Charleston. Either way, it's a C1, and it's in South Carolina. So Matt, I'm sorry. Either way, whichever one you're going on vacation. You're going to enjoy that solar eclipse that's coming up. It's a prime spot to see it. Also, I wanted to bring up, again, I'm not trying to harp on the umpire play. It's just funny. I meant to bring this up earlier. If you go back to the play a few weeks ago where Janet and Brent crashed into each other, the play before that was a little pop-up, and I was pitching. just a little pop up that clearly it was all me because we're on field 6, and I put my arms out. I didn't say anything out loud, and I caught the ball. And Tim was over in the dugout, kind of giving me crap, like just as a friend, saying, "Hey man, you're supposed to call the ball, let everybody know that you're getting it." Just like kind of give me a hard time about it. And what do you know? The very next play is them running into each other because neither one could hear the other call the ball. So it's just funny how things work out. If you go back to the play from last week where we shot the girl and the umpire missed it, the play before that was Matt throwing the ball from the outfield. Beautiful, beautiful throw. And I'm catching. And like just like you would in football when you try to run before you catch it. I was looking to tag her before I had the ball in my glove. I looked over to try and tag her, and I missed the ball, and I bobbled it. And I've seen the video. I had plenty of time to receive the ball and tag her, and I just messed it up. That would have been the third out of the inning, and none of this would have ever happened. So it's just funny how things work out. If I would have made the play the first time, they wouldn't have tacked on 4 or 5 more runs, and nothing would have ever came of it. So again, it's not entirely what happened with the umpire. There's a lot of things that happened throughout the game because we came back, but we didn't come back fully. More other runs were scored. So it's not just always the umpire just gave him the game. That's not true. He made a mistake, but we all made mistakes. Clearly, I just made a mistake on that play, and none of that would have ever happened. So, on that note, I am looking forward to Friday, and I will see you guys soon. And hopefully, there won't be a long gap in between doing another one of these things. I do like talking about the game, and I appreciate you guys listening. So, for me, and for no one else, because no one else, well, no, actually for Janet for being on the show this week and making her, and even if you could hear it faintly, her husband Eric was answering when we were talking about the cable thing. So for Eric too, this has been the Limelight, and I'll see you guys next time.